Hey brothers, there are certain games that made for pure entertainment, but there are also games that promote some kind of philosophy, conceptions, or ideas to think over. Recently, I got to the game that was made for both, and man, that was so worth it. So today, I'll tell you about a game made for real men. For I'm Cringe Lord, and this video is about Warhammer Space Marine 2.
What is your pledge?
My pledge is eternal service.
I will start with the most important part of the game, and it's philosophy this game promotes. You basically take a role of a soldier, whose duty is to serve Emperor and Empire. And this game shows you how strong men really should be. Duty, dignity, purpose, brotherhood, sacrifice, and other qualities that define badass man from weak. Those traits are shown not only by main hero. While playing, you see how real men demonstrate their stoicism and self-sacrifice. When they follow their duty until the very end, they throw themselves into danger to fight for greater purpose without back thoughts. At the same time, you see men who are ready to forgive and ask for forgiveness, who don't hold grudge and ready to suppress their feelings for greater cause, duty. And I haven't seen games promoting men values in a long time. I can't even remember one game that came out several years ago that would do the same. To me, this game is a real philosophy gem. Warhammer may be hyperbolized to certain extremes. It was always about ultramasculinity and high sense of duty. But man, this is what we need at times like this. When you look at those guys, you just want to be like them. Fight for greater purpose, believe in something without modicum of a doubt, without wavering. It just fills my heart with happiness to see such game.
Navigation systems are probably dead. We can't afford to miss.
He's right. Someone will need to get close to the target and place a beacon.
Our offensive launches in 90 minutes. The Emperor guide you, brothers.
And you, sir.
Talking about philosophy and Warhammer can take certainly a lot of time, since it has many references to Christianity. Maybe I'll discuss it some other time, separately.
Choose your words wisely.
You doubt my intentions.
It is your actions I will judge. I need not remind you of the consequences you suffered the last time.
So, now let's move to another great part of the game, which is gameplay. And it's fun as hell. Game itself represents mix of slasher and shooter. You blast, you smash, you tear apart enemies of humanity in different way. For that, you are given broad variety of guns, and not very diverse amount of pistols, melee combat weapons and explosives. You won't only shoot or fight in melee, enemies will make you use some other mechanics, dodge and block. They're pretty simple, and even marked with different colors, and at some moments you will need to block, even when it's not marked. But you will learn quickly, even though it will feel tricky for first few hours. Yeah, there is not much gameplay overall, and enemy diversity, but it's more than enough to have fun for a few evenings. Just tell me, what could be better than destroying enemies of humanity in the name of the Emperor, and shouting, "Die, you fucking Xena scum!" Right, nothing. Space Marine 2 has quite diverse world design and amazing graphics. The world itself comes not as an open world, but separate stages which are related to a separate mission you play, with different environment and enemies. Devs intensify atmosphere the longer you play, and locations become more grim and grim. At the same time, they look great. But after you killed everything, it may start to look a bit empty and boring. It doesn't change the beauty of the locations though. There is also a separate location, which is your ship. It functions as a base. You can set gear for missions or see what's going on story-wise.
Look!
Not a big place, but can give you a bit of good vibes. Locations are limited in quantity and size, and not completely polished. Sometimes have minor issues, but it doesn't ruin aesthetic experience. While you crush enemies and enjoy views, you also delve into a great story about Titus becoming a commander of Ultramarine Squad, and do things that seemed impossible. And while you do that, you see how personality of members of your squad evolve. It makes wonders to make emphasize main heroes and deeply involve you in plot, and like that you follow through the epic story of Ultramarines. On the bad side, story is very short, approximately 6 or 8 hours of gameplay, and it ends just when you get the taste of the game, which is quite unfortunate. There is something that darkens your experience, and it's Vogue touch of Chaos Gods. I don't get why such decisions were made, as if those kind of people are target audience of this game, and the universe which promotes ultramasculinity. It's irritating to see that leftish people always try to spoil modern games and good stories by implementing their agenda in which most people are not interested in. And most importantly, for what reasons? Just to make normal people feel uneasy and uncomfortable? Or just to promote their destructive ideology? To destroy whole franchise because it was made about cis-men for cis-men by cis-men? And existence of such things makes some part of our society go mad, because they believe that men are ultimate evil, especially those who look European, even though it's delusion. Wish it was different, but what is life without struggle? On the bright side, wokeness is implemented more or less okayish. But it is the first time for me to see an Asian guy with face features of European. Don't forget that when white people use cultural features of smaller nations, it's called appropriation. When it's reversed, it's called cultural diversity.
Highly classified project.
Aurora. What is it?
A weapon.
And the minions of Chaos learned of its existence.
If someone asks me to describe this game, I would say that Warhammer Spacemarine 2 is a good overpriced game, with a few shortcomings. Devs plan to develop game in the upcoming future, but there is no guarantee that it won't be a paid DLC. $70 for a good and short game with not very diverse gameplay, huh? The game itself is good, and even epic in some moments. I would say it's worth the price since it gives you positive emotions. But there is some feeling inside that $70 is a lot for a game that short. Yeah, there are some side missions and multiplayer content that come as extra. It adds additional value, but still leaves you with some feeling of unsatisfaction and anticipation for more. There is something like Season Pass. Well, I just don't get it. Buying skins for $32 seems questionable to me, since it's almost half price of the game. I guess it's like a cash grab for fans, so don't be fooled, don't buy such stuff. Anyway, I strongly recommend you to play this game and experience some of the cool scenes yourself, which will inspire you to develop good man qualities in you. Maybe you will even hit the gym after that. You won't regret it, I promise. Have you played this game? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below.